Hi, Charlie. How are you doing in Florida?
I'm good. How are you guys up in Columbus?
It's been pretty good with everything considered. So, your 30th anniversary at Waller is coming up. That's really exciting.
Yes, I can't believe it's been 30 years.
I know. So, I just wanted to ask you a few questions and kind of get a stand on the last 30 years a little bit. So, what made you dedicate yourself financially to others for the last 30 years? What made you decide to do that?
Well, it really started out in the early days with just an internship with Larry. I was looking for a part-time job in the summer so that I could stay in Columbus when I was attending Ohio State. I didn't want to go back to Zanesville for the summer. And the hall director there suggested that I talk to, her name was Lavana C., talk to Larry and see about working for him part-time. And one thing led to another. He hired me. And I worked that summer. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. And then lo and behold, a few years later, he hired me full time.
Wow. Well, with that being said, what made you want to stay at Waller for 30 years?
Well, gosh. Well, first of all, it started with Larry. I absolutely loved him. He was a great mentor to me. I enjoyed the people with whom I worked over the years. I love the clients with whom I got to work, and it's very rewarding being able to help guide people through some decisions that really every day I kind of take for granted. But it's very rewarding when people come back to you and say, "Oh, I'm so appreciative of your help, and thank you for helping me get through this." And it's a very rewarding job. I could never be a doctor or a nurse or anything because I really can't handle blood that well or cutting people. So this was kind of my way of dealing with people's financial health.
That's really awesome and definitely inspiring. So, name three things that got you through the years. There has to be some things.
Oh, wow. That's a really tough question. I would say the things that got me through the years were my family, who I'm very close to. I would say another thing that got me through the years, at least the last 16 and a half, of course, is little Miss Cleo, my only child. And I would say, the people with whom I work, quite honestly, I love all the people that I get to work with every day, which is why I punish everybody with the today's humor / sunshine emails that I send so that you have to think about me at least once a day. But yeah, really it would be the family, Cleo, and my colleagues.
That's amazing. I definitely have to say I do enjoy your humor comics that we get every day. They are pretty awesome. Oh, I was actually going through some old photos and I found an awesome photo from you from 1997. So, what brings back memories when you see this?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, the first thing that comes to mind is I didn't realize I was ever that skinny. Two, that I had a lot more hair at that time, and who knew? And then, of course, I have a lot more gray now. So those are the immediate things that come to mind. But I would also say let's see, that would have been 97. I was 28, so I wasn't even 30 yet. Had my CFP probably for 2 years at that time. Trying to think what else. I was living in Grandview on my very first real apartment, and Larry helped me find that because he suggested that I live in Grandview, which was closer to the office. So I'm thinking back on it. I think there was a reason he wanted me to be that close. I didn't have an iPhone, but I had a flip phone because Larry wanted me to have that. He said, "I want to be able to get a hold of you anytime." And I thought, oh, okay, well, that's fine. And then I think at that time, if I remember correctly, we were with Mutual Service Corporation. That was the first broker dealer that I'd worked with when I came to work for Larry. And at that time, the distinct thought that comes to mind is, we didn't do trades on the computer. When we bought and sold, we actually had to call and talk to a human being and go through the process and give them the ticker symbols and how much. And it wasn't where you push a button, boom, and it's done now. So it was different. It was very different. Not bad, but different. And
Wow.
I didn't have a very good clean desk policy, as you could see from that photo. I had to have been working on a financial plan at the time because I tend to put things in piles when I work on it, very organized piles. But it had to have been a financial plan at the time. My desk was never normally that crowded.
Well, that's amazing how much has changed since then. I mean, with all of the advising that you've been doing over the years, what is in store for your retirement?
Boy, I haven't really given that a lot of thought. I'd like to get to at least age 61 because that puts me exactly 40 years in the business with Waller Financial, and it's just kind of a bogey that I have. There's nothing special about it. There's no, because at that point I won't even be on Medicare, so I've got to deal with health insurance. I won't be 62, so I can't even take Social Security. So it's just really a nice round number. And I've told the partners, I said, as long as it keeps being fun, which it is, every day is fun, because everybody's different. The markets are different. The world is different, all of those things. So it makes it fun. I don't like boring stuff. But as long as I'm having fun and the partners feel like I'm adding value, and my colleagues feel like I'm adding value, and clients feel like I'm adding value, I plan to stick around for a little while, but retirement, gosh, I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of things on my bucket list I want to do. I want to jump out of an airplane, do parachute. I'd like to travel more. I'd like to play golf more. So maybe I can eventually improve my game. But, really, I'm having fun now. So it doesn't feel like a job, it feels like fun work, life's work that you get to do. So for me, I kind of get to do every day what I like to do. So isn't that retirement? Having fun, doing what you want to do?
Hey, I mean, whatever works for you. That is absolutely amazing.
Plus, retirement is an outdated term. Okay, retirement is an outdated term. It's more about reprioritizing your life, right?
That is very true. Yes.
So reprioritizing, with today's pandemic that we've just gone through, working from home a little bit, and maybe making some different changes and intentional changes in the calendar. Who knows? Maybe I can keep doing this and fill in all the other things that I like to do.
That's absolutely awesome. I hope one day you get to jump out of that plane.
With a good parachute.
Exactly.
Good parachute. Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you, Charlie, very much for talking to me for a little bit. It sounds like it's been an absolutely amazing 30 years. So hopefully you get through the next 10.
Well, I appreciate that very much. Thank you for your interest. And I hope you have a great rest of the week.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.